Okay, last video here, at least for this week. Lab 13 in your packet says through transmission of composites. We're not going to do composites. We're just going to look at a metal piece, just real simple composite, or I guess a real simple piece of steel. We're just looking at this block right here again, our NavShips block. And all we're looking at really for through transmission is if we take these transducers and couple them to each other, we should see a signal come up. But since we haven't set it for through transmission, that'd be a problem. So if we turn on through transmission, which we did right there, go back to our base menu, this stuff really doesn't matter anymore. Okay, range doesn't matter, velocity doesn't matter. All we care about is if we see a signal come up on our screen, which we do. And we want to park that signal in the center of our screen. Okay? So I'm just moving it to the center of our screen. I'm going to bring the gain down. And what we're looking at with through transmission is a loss. So every time we move the transducer, okay, so every time we move this transducer, we see a loss on the screen. Okay? So I'm just moving the transducer back and forth. I'm trying to get it peaked up as high as possible, bring it down back again to 80%. Okay? So now I'm just going to move a transducer. Okay, and we're looking for a loss. So we need to get this thing peaked up to 80%, which we're peaked up to 80% right here. Okay? Coupling issues. There we are. There's our 80%. We just need to make sure we pass through that peak, which we did. If I come back over here to this defect, you're going to see, if I had couplant, this is the worst part about through transmission, so this is why it's really mechanized. Our signal is only going at a peak to 70%, whereas before we could peak it up past 80. Okay, so now, like you see here, our signal's getting weaker and weaker, so that's telling us that we're actually losing more and more sound. Okay, let's try one last time here. Get back on good material. Of course, it's got to give me fits. Last video. There we are. So that's back to 80%. So I'm going to move one transducer. Okay, scrub with the other one. Move one, scrub with the other one. Move one, scrub with the other one. So that's what I'm doing here. Moving one, scrubbing with the other one. Seeing if that signal peaks back up past 80%, which I'm right over the top of a hole now, so it's not going to do that. Okay? So then, as I come back, get into some more coupling here, I should see that signal start to come back, which there it is. Okay? So signal loss is the name of the game here. And really you would go to about 40%, from 80 to 40, and then when it drops below 40%, kind of like this, that's when you would get concerned about any defects. At least for now. And you could use that as 100 and 50 or something like that, but 80 and 40 is just as good too. So any questions there, feel free to email me. But that should pretty much do it for the week. Be sure and look at the labs for specific questions for each one of those labs as we went through. Good luck.